Ladies and fellow men, if you were to wake up tomorrow in the most loving, passionate, and committed relationship with your specific person, how would you feel? Now, what if I was to tell you that that feeling and that outcome are entirely accomplishable? And today, I am here to help you accomplish it. But first, to those of you who are new here, howdy, my name is Matthew and I am a manifestation coach. I have helped many people create some amazing things in their lives, including manifesting their own specific people back. So if you would like some one-to-one help manifesting your person back, down below in the description and the comment section are the links to my website where you can find my coaching solutions. I am also super excited to announce that live right now on the membership is a full, exhaustive Manifest Your Ex Back guide. It's a video that is about 1 hour and 40 minutes long, which is essentially a mini course where I give you everything that I could possibly think of that you would need to know to guarantee you will be able to manifest your ex back. So if you're interested in that video, plus plenty of other exclusive videos, free worksheets, free routine, free planners, and discounts, and plenty of other things that will help you with your specific person manifestation, after you've watched this video, go down into the description and click on the link that will take you to my membership, and for £6 per month, you can gain access to all of that. I'm also running another giveaway, but to avoid making this intro too long, I will save talking about that for later on in the video. If you could drop me a like and a comment, I would really appreciate that. I look forward to seeing all your amazing comments, the people that sign up for the membership and come to me for coaching. And now let's get into this extremely important video. I want to start off with a bit of a disclaimer. The first thing, I've titled this as How to Manifest Your Ex Back because that's what most people are typing into YouTube when trying to find these kinds of videos. So I've titled it that way to gain more views so I can help more people, because I'm here to help you guys get your people and get the love that I got when I manifested my person back also. However, going forward, I'm going to be changing it to manifest your person as opposed to ex back, because I think it sounds better and I don't want to reinstate the fact that they're your ex. The second thing, there's probably going to be some of you right now that are thinking, I'd never manifest my ex back, and that's good for you. You're entitled to do whatever you want. However, please don't be commenting anything like that and putting down other people that are manifesting their exes back. I'm manifesting things that you probably wouldn't. You're probably manifesting things that I probably wouldn't. But there's no point judging and making negative comments if it's something that will make someone happy. So let's leave those comments aside and just boost each other up. If you're going to comment something, just comment something nice that makes people feel good, as opposed to putting them down for no reason. With those two disclaimers out the way, let's actually get into what's important about this video. So with anything manifestation related, you actually want to get clear on what it is that you want. There are plenty of people that want different kinds of ways of getting their specific person. Some people want them the way they were when they split. Some people want them the way they were at the beginning of the relationship, but not necessarily towards the end. And some people want them completely different to anything they experienced at any point in their relationship. However, so many people come to me saying, I want my person, but don't actually explain what it is that they want. Now, your subconscious mind takes in what you're claiming and then pushes it out to be true. If you're claiming, I'm in a relationship with my person, that may happen. But what does that look like? Now, technically, a toxic relationship is still a relationship. So if you don't feed it the correct kinds of story, feed your subconscious mind the correct kind of story, you may find yourself getting that relationship, but less than desirable. Now, that isn't to scare you, it's more just to show you that getting clear and creating a strong foundation for your manifestation will bring it in far better than if you were to just go at it with whatever. So what I mean by this is get deeply clear on the experience, how you want to feel in this relationship, what you want to be true about this relationship, what you want the other person to think and feel and act like, how you want to think and feel and act like. Get deeply clear, and if you need a pen and paper for this, I highly recommend it, but get deeply clear on what this relationship looks like to you. Write down what's important. If it's important that they show you off on social media, write it down. If it's important that they take you out on regular dates, write it down. If it's important that it's a guy that can protect and provide you, write it down. If it's important that it's a girl that is quiet and can help you with your math homework, write it down. It doesn't matter how small or big it is. If it's something that genuinely would make an impact to your happiness in the relationship, write it down. Now, it may not be a case that you utilize everything that you've got written down, but at least by getting it all on paper, or at least somewhere written down, you have the blueprint for your perfect manifestation. You have the blueprint for your perfect relationship. And then you're going to be able to go forward with more clarity. Because if you just barrel towards the idea of person back, yay, that could be toxic. It could be long distance relationship. It could be not as frequent as you like. It could have undesirable things that you didn't even account for but have now decided to show up. Because as long as it fits under the category of you're in a relationship, that's all your subconscious mind has to do. So instead, feed it the kind of relationship you want. Loving, passionate, committed, shows you off on social media, takes you out on dates. Get clear on what it is you actually want to experience in this relationship, and that will set the tone going forward. That will set knowing what kind of boundaries you need to set, knowing what kind of thoughts, feelings, and actions you need to take on, knowing what you're leaving behind and what you're stepping into. If you get deeply clear, everything is much easier or much more easily worked out for you, because you're setting the blueprint, you're setting the foundation, you're giving your subconscious mind what you want to experience, and you're just feeding into that more and more and more, and you will find the pieces of this relationship being put together exactly as you desire them, as opposed to just going general of relationship back yay, and then potentially getting things that don't make you happy, cause you to spiral, and then it's all just a mess from there. So on your pen and paper, get clear on what you want to be true, what you want the foundation of this relationship to be like, what you want them to be like, how you want yourself to be like. And this will set a strong blueprint, a strong foundation for how you can manifest your person back. Now that you've got an understanding of where you're taking everything, you now want to understand the differences between you and the version of you who has this. Right now, you will be thinking a whole new set of thoughts. You'll be feeling a whole new set of feelings and taking actions that are wholly different. Now that you've got clear on the foundations of your specific person back manifestation, you need to get clear on the differences between you and that version of you who has it. You right now will be thinking, feeling, and taking actions that entirely differentiate you from the version of yourself who has your desire. If you were thinking, feeling, and acting the same way they were, you would have your desire. Now, some examples could be thinking about how much you miss them, thinking about how they hurt you, ruminating on the old story. Some feelings could be sadness, depression, anxiety. Actions could be such things as chasing, avoiding going out with friends, crying every single day. If you were to give those kinds of thoughts, feelings, and actions to a stranger and say, what do you think's going on with this person? They would say, just been broken up with, obsessive, stalkerish, things like that. Your new version, however, would think things like, I'm so lucky to have them. I love this relationship. Everything about my life is great. The feelings would be happiness, fulfillment, excitement. The actions would be saving memes to show them on their phone. Going out with their friends because they know when they get home their person is there. Now, if you were to give all of these thoughts, feelings, and actions to a stranger, that stranger would go, they're in a loving, healthy relationship. I'm happy for them. So if you're able to identify this as fact, you will see why you may currently not necessarily have your desire compared to what you need to do to get your desire. Now, it's a very simple fix. Your subconscious mind goes off of your truth, not the truth. So if you begin to shift and take on those thoughts, feelings, and actions, whether you make them into affirmations, visualizations, or acting as if, your subconscious mind will take that in and push out an experience that matches that. Because while your 3D reality may suck at times, It doesn't lie. It is a reflection of you internally. So if you're experiencing something that you don't like, fortunately for you and for anyone manifesting anything ever, all it takes is a shift of awareness. All it takes is going, I'm thinking this particular thought right now. Is this in alignment with the version who doesn't have my desire, or in alignment with the version of me that does? If it's in the version that doesn't, then you know that you need to stop thinking that thought. And if you do notice that it's like that, ask yourself, in this moment, how would my desired version be thinking? And then try to consciously think those new thoughts. Like I say, if you have to turn it into a technique, such as affirmations, visualizations, or scripts, do so. All these different techniques are helping you structure your awareness. They're helping you structure your thoughts to align with what you want. So it doesn't matter if you affirm, visualize, make use of SATs, script. As long as your attention and your awareness is on having your desire as opposed to the lack of having your desire, you are doing the right thing. So at any given moment, while you're going through your day, stop yourself. Am I thinking the right thing? Am I thinking from the abundance of having or the lack of not having? If it's abundance, you're on the right track. Stay in that state. If it's negative and it's not in alignment, cancel that. Break that cycle. Do something to take yourself out of that. Breath work is a great way to start. And then once you feel more calm, place yourself into that positive thoughts, feelings, and actions that align with having what you want. Some affirmation examples that you can make use of if you're kind of struggling with what kinds of things to think, if you notice that you're thinking the wrong things, could be things such as, I am so happy to be in a loving, passionate, and committed relationship with, insert your person's name. I feel safe and secure in my relationship with, insert person's name. It's easy and effortless for me to have loving relationships with, insert person's name. These are just a couple of examples. But by getting clear on the foundation, like I said at the beginning of the video, or the first point, you can then turn those things into thoughts, feelings, and actions. You can say, well, I know that I want regular dates, so a thought or an affirmation, if you wanted to go that route, could be, I'm so grateful to go on regular dates with my boyfriend or girlfriend, insert person. If you know that you would feel excitement, your affirmation could be, I feel so excited to be in such a loving relationship with person. If you know that an action that you would be taking would be dancing shamelessly until midnight, and visualization that you could do could be you two dancing shamelessly until midnight. It's very simple, not necessarily easy in some cases, but it's very simple to manifest your specific person. Whether they are an ex that you're trying to get back or a new person, all it takes is identifying the foundation of this relationship. Then identifying what differentiates you currently from that version, and then taking it or making it so that the things that new version of you would think, feel, and act like, you can start incorporating now. Because you can choose. You are in complete, and I mean complete, control of your mind. Sometimes it may take that little bit of extra effort to bring it back into something that's more desirable, but you are in control of your mind. Therefore, you can decide what you think. You can work to create new internal feelings. You can choose new actions. So if at any given moment you find yourself in the wrong alignment, rein it in, choose new thoughts. If you find yourself feeling negative, rein it in, practice some breath work, choose new feelings. Now, actions is probably the one that's going to be more difficult for you to take on board now. However, there are things you can do. Yes, you may not necessarily be able to date them right now if you're currently in no contact, but you can start looking up places where you could take them on dates when you're back together. You may not necessarily be able to travel right now, but you could plan a trip. You may not necessarily be able to see them right now or send them messages, but you can save memes that you see to show them later. Any action that you would take in the end result that would involve direct interaction, think of what you could do now that wouldn't actually involve interacting with them. Think of an action that you could take that would be kind of acting as if. Dressing up ready for a date night, for example. Planning dates, planning trips, planning anniversary events. If you know that in your relationship you would go out with your friends because you know they'd be there, start going out with your friends now. Not every action that you take has to be aligned with actually interacting with them. In a relationship, you are doing far more than actually seeing them. For example, if I know that Katie's coming home, I'll try to tidy up a bit so it looks nicer for when she comes home. Why not start tidying your house more and telling yourself it's because they're coming round any minute now? Sometimes, when I'm out, I check my phone to see if Katie's messaged me. Why not check your phone under the basis of they're going to message me or they've messaged me? My person, and in this case you want to frame it as boyfriend or girlfriend, has messaged me. There's plenty of actions that you could take that don't directly correlate with you actually interacting with the person. Now, the reason why I've gone into such detail with that is because many people ask me if I could explain how to make use of actions with your specific person, because for some reason it's something that people find quite difficult to wrap their head around. So hopefully that explains it. But you can turn your thoughts, feelings, and actions into visuals, affirmations, scripts, and make use of them on a regular basis. If you're not thinking the right things, what could you think instead? Or what would you be thinking instead? If you're not feeling the right things, what could you work to feel instead? If you're not taking the right actions, i.e. stalking, yada yada yada, what could you take action with instead? By doing this, you are taking yourself out of that old state and putting yourself in a new one. If you want to experience exceptional results, you need to start taking exceptional action. And in this case, I don't mean physical action, I mean the action of changing your awareness, changing what you are focusing on. It is all a choice. You just got to make the right one. Competition time. So if you want to be entered into the competition to win a free video coaching call with me, all you have to do is comment down below anything that you like, and my favorite comment will be picked to win the video call. It's as simple as that. The comment could be as small or as big as you like, as funny, as unfunny, as cruel, as kind. I don't mind whatever it is, just comment something down below and my favorite one will be picked. I also highly recommend you sign up for that membership so you can gain access to the full, exhaustive Manifest Your X-Back guide, which goes into tons more detail in so many more categories you probably didn't even think of. And that will be linked down below in the description. Obviously, if you do want to work one-to-one, that's also linked in the description, and I'm more than happy to help anyone with any kind of situation. Thank you for letting me take your time. Now into the final point. This point that I want to make, and the way that I want to end this video off, is purely to just say, trust the process. Manifestation is about becoming a new version who has your desire internally and it then reflecting externally. Therefore, if we go with all the cliche things of light at the end of the tunnel, or Rome wasn't built in a day, or anything like that, we can go off on the understanding that you won't change immediately. You may get manifestation success immediately because all it takes is an impression on the subconscious mind to happen. But there will be days when you have good days, bad days, struggle days, exhausting days. You will have different days along this journey, and you will have different things show up for you along this journey. And therefore, you need to judge yourself based on a long time period, as opposed to judging yourself based on the day to day. If you're looking at yourself yesterday and saying, well, I didn't get my desire today, so therefore I must have failed yesterday, you're looking at the whole thing wrong. Instead, go over an extended period of time. Allow yourself to commit to the process and see what comes of it. Your subconscious mind doesn't know what is and isn't real. It also doesn't know it also doesn't go on past, present, and future. It only goes on present. Therefore, the second you start saying it's not here, it's not working, it's not this, it's not that, your subconscious mind is hearing that and saying, oh, we don't have it, bet, and then just delays it even further. So what you need to do is you need to work on becoming 1% better every single day, as opposed to trying to make those massive 365% better within a week. I don't like the cliches of Rome wasn't built in a day, because I'm someone that likes to work for things and likes to really get things done. But it's true. If you can trust the process and commit yourself to it, you will see the results. But you have to stay vigilant. You have to stay persistent. You have to persist until it hardens into fact. Not persist until you think it should be here, then piss and moan that it's not. I've had successes quickly. I've had successes slowly. I've had successes like when manifesting Katie back that had no movement, no signs, no nothing. Same thing with manifesting my pay rise. When I manifested my job, I received 2 no's, and then got it on the third one. When manifesting this house, Katie and I received a no. These are all considerably big manifestations to me, all having different kinds of journeys. So if you're currently receiving loads of signs, great. If you're currently receiving no signs, that doesn't mean anything. Your subconscious mind doesn't go off of the linear time span of things. Therefore, because it only works in the present moment, the idea of needing evidence to know that it's working is completely invalid. And that is in fact a logical, conscious mind way of thinking, well, it has to be like this. They have to unblock me in order to message me. As opposed to, potentially we could bump into each other. Potentially they could message me on someone else's phone. Potentially any other kind of outcome. So the best thing that you could do for yourself and for manifesting your specific person back is to understand, like I said at the beginning, the foundation. Understand what you want and what it would mean and what it would feel like and what is important. Then you need to understand the version of yourself that you would need to become, the thoughts, the feelings, the actions, and you can turn that into techniques if you desire. And then you need to start actually applying it and trusting the process. Day by day, redirecting your focus and your state back to that of having your person right now. I'm not going to say that you can't say will have in the future, but I highly recommend you stick to present, just because your subconscious mind works in the present, and there are people that have had success saying will have and thought about it happening in the future, but most of the people that I've worked with have had success working from the present moment. So step into the state of having your desire. Claim that you're in that relationship. Claim your person treats you that way. Claim the relationship dynamic is how you want it to be right now, and redirect your focus back to that state day by day by day until it hardens into fact, not until you think it should, then complain, then give up, then say it doesn't work. Because manifestation is a process of becoming a new version internally in order for it to reflect externally. So if you then start saying, I don't have it, you've not shifted internally. So how could you expect to have it? Now, I'm not saying that that means you can never think about those negatives or never question or never wonder if you're doing things right. But what matters most is where you take it. If these thoughts arise, that's fine. We're human. We have these moments. But what matters most is if you use what I mentioned earlier, is this in alignment with my end result? If no, what would be? Oh, why am I even wondering about the how? She's mine right now. I know that when I go home, she'll be there. Things like that. It matters where you take it. If something comes up, you don't have to associate with it. You don't have to align with it. Just because it's affected your emotions doesn't mean you have to keep it that way. And in my exhaustive guide video, I go even way deeper into all of these kinds of things. But you need to trust the process. Like I said, persist until it hardens into fact. A good old Neville Goddard phrase. Not persist until you think it should have hardened into fact. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I highly recommend you check out the exhaustive guide because, like I said, it's essentially a mini course that most other coaches would charge £40+ for, whereas I'm only charging £6 for the membership per month, which you can cancel at any time. And with that, you get more than just this video. You get other exclusive videos. You get free worksheets, free planners, free routines, discounts on worksheets, discounts on my services, and other things. So you literally lose nothing and you can gain everything. Because I can guarantee that by the time you finish that video, you will have the confidence and clarity to know that your specific person is as good as yours. Join in on the competition if you want some additional help from me on a one-to-one basis without paying anything except for a tiny little comment down below. And for those of you who get involved in none of that, thank you so much for watching this far into the video, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.